Good morning, everyone. I am Thandi, and today I will be presenting on the muscles of the interior of leg. So we have four different muscles that are at the anterior legs, and these are the tibialis anterior, the extensor hallucis longus, the extensor digitorum longus, and we have an additional one, the peroneus tertius, as you can see. So I'll be explaining each muscle in detail. I will be giving the origin, the insertion, the innervation, and the function of each muscle. Starting off with the tibialis anterior muscle, its origin. This muscle is originated at the lateral surface of the tibia and adjacent to the interosseous membrane. It is inserted at the medial and the inferior surfaces of the medial cuneiform. It is innervated by the deep fibular nerve, which are the roots of L1 and L2. Its function is to dorsiflex the foot and to bring support at the medial arch of the foot. Moving on to the next muscle, the extensor hallucis longus. This muscle is originated at the middle one half of the medial surface of the tibia. It is inserted at the dorsal surface of the base of the distal phalanx of the great toe. It is also innervated by the deep fibular nerve, but the roots are different, which is L5 and S1. The function of this muscle is to extend the great toe and to dorsiflex the foot. Moving on to the third muscle, the extensor digitorum longus. This muscle is originated at the proximal one half of the medial surface of the fibula. It is inserted via the dorsal digital expansions into the bases of the distal phalanx. It is innervated by the deep fibular nerve on the roots of L5 and S1. This muscle functions as the extensor of the lateral foretoes and the dorsiflex of the foot. Moving on to I will further explain the peroneus tertius muscle. This muscle is considered as part of the extensor digitorum longus muscle. Why? Because they originate at the same point. But this muscle differs because it is inserted at the base of the fifth metacarpal toe. So that is why we have four different muscles that act as the dorsiflex of this foot. This muscle helps us to dorsiflex our foot, to evert. Eversion is performed by the peroneus tertius muscle. We call the peroneus tertius muscle, we can also call it the fibularis muscle. So I'll be explaining just in brief and showing you each muscle. Starting off with the tibialis anterior muscle. As you can see, this muscle is inserted at the lateral part. It originates at the lateral half, 2/3 of the fibula, and is inserted here at the base, as you can see. It is a long muscle that runs vertically. Moving on to the next muscle, we have your extensor hallucis longus. This muscle, it is a thin muscle. We can see clearly here how it goes. It starts at the medial half and it goes down to the metacarpals, and that is why it helps us to dorsiflex our foot. Going to the next one, the extensor digitorum longus muscle. This one is at the lateral, I think you can see. It is the most posterior and lateral of the muscles in the anterior command bits of the leg. Moving on to the last one, the tibialis tertius. This muscle is just a thin muscle that goes inclined. The fibula originates at the medial surface of the fibula immediately below the extensor digitorum. Thank you so much for listening.